So hi, today I'm just gonna talk about what I learned today. This is kind of really it's like not really related to some kind of computer science. It's really about the how I should manage this software. Um, this is for the B desktop B3 desktop application, and I almost implemented the B3 indexing algorithm of it by myself. Since there's no B3 algorithm in using JavaScript or TypeScript, so I implement on my own, and I read a bunch of research paper to make it this kind of thing. And the more important part is that I I almost I implemented the insertion and search operation, but last part was deletion. When I'm trying to do the deletion part, it gets really worse. Sometimes it gets a month of it, and it's been already 2 months, and I forgot how to do it. So if I try to switch another code, there's gonna be a bunch wrong, something wrong with another code. And I think so. I decided to refactor it, and this is what I learned. Basically, in the front end web industry, we don't really put the bunch of test code. Of course, we put test code like E2E, but we don't really put test code even the like even the UI. If it's the UI really critical and doesn't change, we put test code. But if it's not, you just use it. And I, of course, I don't have really much of experience of writing a test code, and I neglect the fact of importance of test code, and therefore I just imagine all of the logic in my head and I implement it with with the code, and I didn't write test code of that implementations. Of course, it throws the error when I'm trying to revise it, and I trying to use the I just try to use the test code first. Example, implement first and test code if it's like a really credential thing, and that could lead me to manage more better uh, than not writing a test code. And this led me to some kind of awaken thing, because um I thought implementing B3 is kind of easy. You know, I put I o- I overestimate my skills, and I thought it was pretty fine, and my code is really clean, and I found out that this code is really, well, better words, is piece of shit. So I just, yeah, I just have to refactor it, and I just have to make it as readable as possible. This function's name and whatever the logic is really for a crop, and I have to refactor it. It works, but I have to refactor it. So that's kind of really thing I learned. Making algorithm is kind of really other thing. The UI, it has you have I have to make this the task code as well as possible, since if there's a lot of changes, it has to, because task code is the one who mirror one who keeps that the original code as much as possible. And if I there's something wrong with it, the test code will throws the error, so I can dictate it. So I think this kind of very important to it. So first thing, test code, but most important thing was the writing clean as the code possible rather than putting some kind of some effort on the making stuff. So that's gonna be the thing. So, and that led me to some kind of um yeah, not stress, but, and I think I am not even good at this career. I think I have to improve, and I have to write more better code. I have to read more better for, I think so. So this is it. Have a nice session next time. Bye bye.